Welcome everybody to another Jeffrey Deborah YouTube. It's just fascinating what you can find on YouTube, and lately I've been sort of enamored with questioning minds. And there's a gentleman named Nick who reminds me of myself when I was in college. And I think what I did is I shoved a lot of the questions under the carpet, and he's quite bold in looking at the questions very honestly and sort of in a Christopher Hitchens type way. It's very good vocabulary and it's very interesting. So what he's, to set you up here for the context here, and I'll play you a little snippet. He's questioning right now whether his videos have the value that he wants to project to the public. So in other words, this sort of brings up a very a central philosophical question: is, do you play to the audience or do you play for yourself? Do you play do you wear any masks for the public for entertainment, or do you fully search questions and use it sounds like he may be getting feedback from what I see, and again, I'm speculating here, but from his friends in college or associates, that he's seen as dry. His presentations are dry when he tries to do an honest debate on pornography, on the perniciousness of pornography. He starts talking about the history of oil painting, and let's just listen into this just for a second. It's kind of interesting how he says, okay, now so the central dilemma is, do you dumb down the product, or do you remain? And I guess my contention is, what I recommend to him is, don't dumb yourself down. Don't do it. Just don't do it. Here it is.
It's just so dry. Like, first of all, some of that is just like my interests make things dry. Like, I was like, alright, I'm going to do a video about pornography, that'll finally get me some views. But, I can't be a populist. Even when I try, I fail. I tried to talk about porn, I spent the first 4 minutes talking about 19th century French oil painting. So, I want to sort of do videos in that style, but less dry. I want to, make them more watchable, and you're just gonna have to wait. You're gonna have to wait and see what I do to understand what I'm talking about, because I'm not even sure what I'm gonna do. But I basically want to do sort of a thing where I'm gonna make my own music. I'm gonna do visuals, and I'm gonna have a narration, and I want it to be such that you're actually learning something from this lecture that I'm having, but there'll also be some kind of like strange subplot that's making it interesting for some reason, other than, for entertainment value as well as educational value. But I'm not sure how this is going to work yet, and I'm probably going to need to experiment a bit. But what I have in mind ultimately is my sort of magnum opus of the Contrapoints channel that I want to make this summer, and it's probably going to take me a couple months to make it. But I basically just want to do a hours-long, multi-part history of Western philosophy. But in order to put that together, I'm going to need to experiment stylistically in order to get comfortable with the style that I want to do it in.
Well, that's very interesting. So he's taking a traditionally very dry subject, and he's going to try to soup it up for the masses. And that's great. And if he employs his creativity and has fun with it, that's the name of the game, I think. But my question to Contrapoints is to not don't dumb yourself down or become a parody of yourself, for example. That would be the worst sort of implosion that could happen. So good luck. Contrapoints, again, thanks for sharing what you do, and I'm probably one of the oldest members of your audience, but I'm just amazed at the kinds of questions you ask are very, very similar to the kinds of questions I asked when I was back at Ripon College back in the 80s. So, and we'll see where it comes from here as far as responses. You guys have a great weekend.